Hello and happy Wednesday, everybody! The last Wednesday of Pride Month, so I feel like it's like super special. Ultra special. With me are my fellow gamers. We're just gonna introduce our lovely players and then get right into it. So we'll start with Soul.
Hello everyone, my name is Soul. I use they them pronouns. I have nothing to talk about right now, but soon. I am your Tabaxi Rogue. I play Synarch, who uses he they pronouns, and I'm excited to play today.
Hi y'all, I'm Alyssa, my pronouns are they them, and I play Revelation, the ASMR Circle of Stars druid, who uses she they pronouns, probably?
Charmy.
What does it say on the thing?
Hi, I'm Charmy, also known as Captain Charmy, various places around the internet. I will be playing Aurora Incineratus, the Fire Genasi Sorcerer. Both use she, her pronouns.
Hold on just a second. We're getting double audio somewhere?
Oh,
I'm getting double audio too.
Mm-hmm.
It's me.
Okay.
Let me fix my audio.
Aki.
Aki.
I see, I'm hearing double, but like delayed. Should I keep going?
Yeah, I would keep going.
Okay, dope. Hello, I'm Aki, or Akino. My camera's shitty right now. There's nothing I can do about that. Pronouns she, her, and I'm playing Dayu Silverhair. Uses she, her pronouns. The other thing I'm gonna plug today is, my friend Lonzo Gonzo is crowdfunding for their kid. There you go. I need you to know that I thought of every other word except for child. I was gonna say little person, and I was like, that's so wrong. That is not what I'm trying to say. They're child. They're very small child. The crowdfunding closes at the end of the day. I believe it's Pacific time. I could be wrong. We're trying to make it to 50% of their goal. So anything helps. There should be, I think, a link. Yes, there's a link in chat. If you go there and at least share it, that would be great. And that's it for me. No, it's not. Rainbow Roll Fest is this weekend, and Goblets and Gays will be premiering our VTM show, Last of Eden's Vices, on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So if you want to see Alyssa and I be the healthiest we've been as characters in a while. I'm not counting podcast stuff on stream. that's where it is. I think that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm adding the chat command really quick. Okay, so yeah, exclamation point MRI in chat will bring up the link that you need with more information about what is going on here. Again, we are trying to help them reach at least 50% of their goal. They are currently at 35% because their kiddo needs MRI scans and other similar such medical procedures. So every little bit can help. And yeah, so please, if you are able to spare even like a couple of dollars, go support them instead of the channel today, please. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let's do a quick recap. Really quick. Oh, I didn't introduce myself. Hi, everybody. I'm Mandy. This is my channel. I forget that I need to introduce myself on my own channel, but hi, I'm Mandy. I go by they, she, or any pronoun said with respect. You can find me all over the internet at the Mandy, literally everywhere except for YouTube now. As an aside, the Crit Awards are still happening. Voting is still open, and I am still a finalist for Best Dungeon Master of the year, I guess, or whatever. So if you think that's cool, go vote for me at bit.ly/critvote, or the link in chat. Voting closes on the 7th of July. That is not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday. I'm up against people who are way more popular than me, so every vote counts. Please consider giving me your vote. If you like the show, if you like any of the stuff that I work on, I would really appreciate your support, so thank you. Anyway, okay, recap. Back to the important stuff, because whatever, getting nominated is cool enough on its own. When last our adventurers met... Actually, does anybody want to give a recap in exchange for a luck die? I'm prepared. Are you?
Definitely.
Okay. Hit me.
Was this all the same session? So
The
let's
answer is
see.
yes, probably.
We were in a secret room with secret bookcases, and Sin found a secret little box that had a flower garland inside of it. But behind the box was a door, and behind the door was a hallway that could only fit one person in a row at a time. So Sin and Rev went into the hallway, and they found a circular room that could also only fit one person. And in the circular room was a stone plaque with 6 names: Voxus, Minus, Oculus, Oris, Chorus, and Animus. None of which mean anything to anyone, but it was definitely important information and should be remembered. We went into another room, and it was like a trap. Yes, it was a trap. I was going to say it was a puzzle to open the door. And once we opened the door, it was a trap inside. And we got stuck with a scary, elemental guy, but also spirit. And they tried real hard to kill us. But we escaped through the power of teamwork and being able to use our hands to open the puzzle door on the other side. Then we got to another large room. I don't have any of the character stuff that happened. I just have the plot and the locations. So someone else can do that. But we got to another room, and this was Valdin's super normal not throne room, super normal
Statue room.
dedication. Yeah. Statue room dedication to his friends, where on one side there was a fountain / waterfall with water coming from the ceiling with tears that were carved with mermaids and sea elves, and behind it a relief of Aenon of the Rakith Sea, who is Queen of the Sea and one of the 6 sages. On the other side was a relief of Morrigan the Great, Satyr Queen of the Amaria Wilds. And it's super normal to just have 2 reliefs of your friends. And even more normal was the far side of larger-than-life replicas of him and his 5 buddies. Morrigan, Aenon, who has a cup, Valdin, who is looking up romantically and longingly at Hikaru Soto, who is the sage from the Veil of Night, Aegon, Vesta, who also has a cup. And they are all depicted in formal attire with a staff in hand, and all facing forward except for Valdin, who, as mentioned, is gazing longingly and gaily at Hikaru. And at the base of each statue is a plaque, and as far as you can tell, there is nothing else in the room. So this is a puzzle, and the solution is kissing. But we haven't gotten there yet.
Perfect. 10 out of 10. Luck die for you. I'm going to fill in a couple of gaps here. So, actually, you know what? I will let you fill in the gaps. Everybody roll me a insight check.
All right, roll.
I love
I got
that.
a natural one.
Yes.
Me too! Twinsies!
Oh God!
I
got
got
a
some ones in
14.
chat.
Wow, I got a
That's a-
17.
Can I have some crit fails in chat, y'all?
How did
Good
Aurora
lord.
become the best at this?
Oh my god. What's your Aki? What's your
I got a 14.
Okay. So 14 and a 17 and 2 natural ones. I love it. You've taken on Mari's curse because she is not here. We love you, Mari. We'll see you next week. Those of you who didn't fail your roll, which is Dayu and Aurora, this looks like a ballroom. Like, the more you look around at, like, how fancy it is compared to everything else, it's a ballroom.
I think
Aurora
it's
does-
very. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, upon realizing this, does actually just start dancing a little bit, in place, kind of like, like a formal-esque dance, and then stops herself and says, "Ballroom."
Oh, I've never seen one of these.
I wonder when the last time it was used was.
How musty does it look in here?
So it doesn't seem too bad. There is definitely some dust, like on the statues and on the floor. Like it's definitely a little bit dusty, but it's not as bad as you might expect.
Can you remind me, is the little girl ghost?
Iris.
Can everyone see her, or is this just Dayu again?
Only Dayu and Kazuhiko can see her. None of you are able to see spirits unless otherwise noted while you're not in the city above. Yeah.
The city itself. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, those effects do not seem to extend into the Undercity, unfortunately. Which is a shame, because she is adorable.
You're missing out. Is there, so sometimes ballrooms have their floors and their ceilings decorated.
Mhm.
Is there anything like that going on?
Oh, like, so the floor is not decorated except by the rug, but you can tell, like, even through, like, whatever thin layer of dust there is, that the floors, if they were clean, would be very, like, polished, like mirror shine kind of polish of black granite. And a very nice, or what was a very nice, dark purple rug that is roughly the same color as Sin's cloak. So there's no motif on the rug or the floor, but when you look up, you see a very beautifully painted mural that looks like constellations.
Any notable constellations, or just kind of like random star clusters?
It's like mostly random star clusters. They don't seem to be like a star map of anything in particular. It seems to be more artistic in nature than scientific in nature, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the floors are just like, they are just floors. There's no like pattern or whatever
Nope.
in them. Just
No
floor.
pattern, no design. Yep.
Damn it! One day I will get my Barbie 12 dancing princesses moment.
Oh.
One day.
I don't know what that means. The DM doesn't know what that
They
means.
dance. Oh my god! There's like on
All
the
right.
floor.
No, okay. You have a pattern that you dance through in your Barbie movie. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, to get to a different world.
You're so right. That's the puzzle. There is absolutely a pattern on the floor, and you need to dance it. I'm kidding. So yeah, no, nothing like that. But it is on the ceiling. And yeah, you just kind of look around. Kazuhiko is kind of walking the perimeter of the room, like looking to see if there is anything. And I just realized I don't have my dice out. How did I get nominated for a crit award? I don't even have my dice out, you guys. What is this? Who nominated me? What the fuck were
Maybe
y'all
we're
thinking?
planning to murder us. Maybe we're gonna be benevolent and just let us be gay today.
Oh, I mean, you can be gay. He's just looking around. I'm not.
We worry for his safety now. He almost died 2 sessions in a row.
He did.
I'm
almost
not
die.
worried. He can die.
Can he, Alyssa, or should we run the clip back?
Yeah. Do we need to run the clip back of you going, I didn't mean it? I didn't mean it. Hold on, let me. Okay, that's good. He kind of walks around and this is completely unrelated. He kind of walks the perimeter of the room and he stops. Oh my god, I'm so disorganized right now. He stops and he just kind of walks. Well, he walks over to you guys when he's done and just kind of stops. And just kind of looks at the statues and he says, I feel like there's gotta be something here. This can't just be it, right?
If we go to the statues, so Rev will go up to one of the statues that has a glass, or a cup rather.
Yeah.
Is it solid stone, or are we able to move the cup out of the hand from, let's say, the one closest to the waterfall, Vesta?
So yeah, let me recap who has what. Since it's been a week. So starting from where the waterfall is, so we're gonna be going while you're looking at it, from while you're facing the statues from your far left. So from the left for you, Vesta, who has a cup, she is nearest to the waterfall. Aegon, Saito, Valdin, Aenon, who also has a cup, and then Morrigan, who is closest to her own relief on the opposite wall, who does not have a cup. So just those two. And the cups, they appear to be stone.
If I, nudge at it a little bit, does it move, or it's still just stuck in there?
For which? For Vesta?
I'll try Vesta, and then I'll try Aenon.
Okay. Roll me strength.
It's not 20. 21.
So you kind of push on it and try to wiggle it. The cup in Vesta's hand does not move. But the cup in Aenon's hand does. A little bit, but it doesn't look like it's really meant to be taken, but it does wiggle a little bit in her hand.
Okay, I will, I guess, just cupping my hands because I don't take druid spells. I will get water from the waterfall and transfer it into her cup, seeing if it's a weight or pressure thing.
You're muted.
Does anything happen?
Oh. So we can't hear you.
Oh, is Soul talking?
They were talking.
I
okay?
am, and I was muted. I didn't realize. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
When Sin sees Rev try to do with her hands across the room, Sin does just like offer the water skin that he had just filled with that water. It's like, do you want this?
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. What are you doing?
The class, this one in particular, it moved a little bit, so I don't know. I thought it might be some kind of mechanism.
Or we could be dancing, and he like looks over his shoulder at Aurora, who he definitely saw dancing. But I like water. I think
I've got this.
Sorry.
Oh, I've got this in hand, I think, if you wanted to go dancing.
No, well, I'll see if it works, and then maybe if it doesn't, I could I'll be already as a partner for you.
Give me just a second. I am trying to fix something. Okay.
This is how I'm gonna be, by the way. I'm just gonna be manhandling the mic because it's on a tripod,
Oh.
and I need to sit a certain way or else I disappear.
Oh, okay.
I want to make 1,000 jokes, but I'll hold them back since I've already bullied you today.
So,
No, you may continue to make them. I know what I look like in this situation.
so you pour the water into this goblet and you wait a little bit. And you realize that as the water is settling in the cup from swirling around and being poured, it settles in the hand further down and you hear a little click. Nothing happens.
Something happened, but I don't know what. Sin, do you want to take a look?
Sin, like, as soon as there was a click, like, his ears, like, flicked right towards it. And there's just like, I mean, this could just be one. There might be 6 puzzles. And I think he's gonna take like a closer look at the statues and the plaques, Mandy.
Okay.
Investigation, I'm assuming?
Yes, investigation.
My flat 0. 17.
Very good. Also, I'm so surprised that an inquisitive rogue doesn't have investigation. What is the thing that inquisitive rogues do?
You do the perceive to find weaknesses.
The perceive, that's it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got that backwards. Anyway, you rolled well. So you kind of look around at the statues and look around for buttons or levers or something else, because Rev, you only put water in Anon's cup, right? Okay. So you look around, you see that there's another statue that has another cup. You see, you look a little closer at Saito's statue. You can see that, and again, they're all holding staves in like their free hand. None of them are holding a cup like this or anything like that. It's cup in one hand, staff in the other. When you look at Saito, though, his staff has a goblet at the head of it. And at his belt, when you look a little closer, there is a little, like, water vessel on his belt.
As, like, Sin, like, is practically, like, crawling around these statues, he comes back and he's like, there's more places to put water. and relays that to Rev, and then sort of calls out to the rest of the parties like, we might have some sort of answer for whatever this room wants to do. And I think he starts like at the top, at the one that's like very tall at the top of Saito's staff. You see Sin sort of like hopping up.
Oh god.
And being like, "I'm so sorry, buddy. I just need to. You're too tall."
It is. You would literally have to climb this statue in order to, at your height. Kazu's.
I think that's what's can Kazu do it without climbing?
Yeah, Kazu is just looking at you like, do you want me to?
Can you?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a little bit undignified for Mr. Saito.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Let me do that. he'll let you scramble down, and he'll get up with his water skin, and he will pour water into the goblet, and he will also pour water into the vessel that's hanging from his belt.
Are we fucked up?
And you can get to Vesta's cup pretty easily, Sin, if you want to do that while he's doing that.
I mean, Sin would be like, Rev, you figured it out. Do you want to do the thing? Do you want me to do it in case statues come alive and try to hit us?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if they'll come alive, but maybe it's another teamwork puzzle and we need to get them all.
Gotta catch them all.
And Sin sort of does a little salute and then like runs over to put the water in the cup.
Okay, so you do that. And when the cup settles in Vesta's hand, you hear another click. And then you hear another click. And the room begins to dim a little bit. And
Rev. Oh.
Hold, please. Where is it? Here it is. I hope this is the right song. If not, this is going to be really awkward. You hear music begin to fill the air. And it seems to be coming from the fountain. And the water in each of the vessels gives off a little bit of a glow. And so does the fountain. You hear music in the air. That's what happens.
I think Dayu has been probably doodling a little bit because it's not every day you get a beautiful room like this. So she's definitely been speed drawing as one would. And then the music starts playing and she puts her hands up in the air like she's being arrested or something. Goes like, I didn't do anything. The music's not me this time, I swear.
Do you recognize the song?
Do I recognize the song?
No, not really, but it's nice. It's like a happier, more upbeat kind of music. It's not too formal, it's not too jaunty, it's kind of in the middle.
No, I don't recognize this. It just kind of sounds, pleasant.
Aurora, how do you dance in a ballroom? Do you know how?
There are a ton of dance.
Again, I've never been to anything formal. Nothing that would be like this.
I mean, I don't know what dances they dance in the City of the Dead, but We could try something.
Yeah.
Is there like a source of the music? Like,
It's the fountain.
The fountain.
okay, so Aurora is gonna go over to that particular area, and then look at Sin and say, "You need a partner. Do you want to try?"
Sin is surprised because Sin thought you were still mad at everyone and him. But he sort of like he looks surprised for a moment, and then he like sort of straightens up, and he gives like a really big grin. He's like, "Yeah, of course. I don't know, so I'll be sloppy, but
Fine.
And he runs over. How tall is Aurora again?
2 to 3 inches taller than Sin.
Okay, perfect.
Can't remember if I went 5'3" or 5'4", but
I
definitely
have
close.
5'3" written down for
Yeah,
you.
I think I have
Yeah,
5'3" written down for you.
That's what I have too.
Awesome. Yes.
So 5'3". So not that much taller.
Mhm.
And she's basically gonna like think of the like simplest dance that she would have been taught in her childhood for a formal occasion, and try to like give Sin the first couple of moves so that he can feel confident enough to follow. And she's doing this with like very little talking to Sin. So I don't know if that feels awkward for them, but that's the vibe. It's more of like a physical showing. A lot of urinating.
Roll me performance check. For both of you.
Performance.
Yeah.
They get help because I'm there. Just kidding.
I mean, if Dayu wanted to give out bardic inspiration, this would be a good time to do it.
Nope. Dance away.
Dance
I want to see you move. Naturally,
19.
without my help.
Oh, good. You did better than me.
Natural
I rolled-
19, you said?
I rolled a 19.
Oh, a 19. Okay.
Yeah. I have +7 my performance.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I rolled an 11.
Sin really seems to take to dancing like naturally very quickly. And before you know it, he's taken the lead. But you guys are dancing.
I think it's like literally like he watches the movements, he's like, I have seen this before. I've just never done it. And like I think he if it's again, if it's like awkward and quiet, I think he says to Aurora, I still trust you. So you can trust me here, right? And that's when he starts to take the lead.
That's gay.
And in an
Says
even
Jennifer in the
gayer
background.
moment, Aurora will kind of take that opportunity. She's not being more verbal, but she's just going to be more physically close to Sin and kind of like rest her face against his head. And maybe you feel like that she doesn't know what to say, but she's a little calmer than she was.
And I think again, Sin just sort of like with that closeness feels that like yes, she is trusting in him and starts to lead a little bit more confidently.
While this is happening, Kazu walks up to you, Dayu, and holds out his hand. Do you want to dance?
Oh, you want to dance?
Of course I do. We used to do this all the time, remember?
Yeah, well, you were like shorter then.
I was still taller than you.
Dayu does this, but will take. She'll still take his hand. It's just gonna be a lot of teasing. I don't know if they've danced together.
You guys totally. Well, not in a while. Not since you've been reunited.
Oh, okay.
Not dance anyway. So you roll me performance. Hey, performance check for you.
Performance check for me. 18. I got a plus 10 to it. So
Damn!
Kazu got a what's this performance? He's not a performance guy. That is 14.
I was hoping for something really low, just for the funny of it.
Nah, he only has a +1, but I rolled okay.
Yeah.
And he will lead you. He's maybe a little rusty compared to when you guys would go to parties and stuff like that when you were younger. You can tell he probably hasn't danced in a while. But he does well enough, and the steps come back to him over time pretty quickly. But you are the star of the show for sure. 100%. But yeah, he kind of looks at you while you're dancing around, and he says, "This brings back memories a little bit. It's kind of nice."
Yeah, I remember. Though, I really do think you were shorter.
I have never been shorter than you. I have never been shorter than you.
Yeah, but like you've been big.
Oh, are we counting the ears?
Yes, we are counting the ears.
He just kind of does one of these at you, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was still taller than you.
Nah.
Even when we were kids, I was taller than you. And he twirls you before you can have like a rebuttal.
Dayu is very good at so I think a lot of Dayu's dance is more classically trained, and we're not talking about classic like European period. It's very like it is classical in the sense where her legs often bend in a very specific way, sort of like they're pointing where your eyes are supposed to be drawn to instead of the rest of her. So it's just kind of like getting around him is very easy for Dayu, and that really is just where all the dance style comes in. A lot of it is super good at where he's a little extra stiff, she's not, at least visually.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, look at that. I'm looking over here now, and things like that.
I think if Sin can get away with it, Sin is going to try and draw Nikita into the dance by offering to switch partners, and then try and draw Rev into the dance.
Yeah, I think
if
Nikita,
that's okay.
I think Nikita would probably agree to this somewhat begrudgingly because she doesn't have any experience in any kind of ballroom dancing, but doesn't want to say no and ruin Aurora's fun. So I feel like that's a pretty accurate depiction of how Mari would handle this. So, and if Mari changes her mind, we'll just renege it next time. But yeah, so you switch off with Nikita, and the two of you are kind of awkwardly dancing, but Nikita is trying to, Nikita's athletic, so it's not like she can't move. She's just not used to moving in this way. So
It's-
Sin, you're able to go over to.
It's wingman. It's wingmanning Aurora because he knows.
Yep,
it's very
100%.
obvious.
Yeah, 100%.
He even winks at Aurora when he
Just like-
offers her hand up to Nikita before he sort of like pads over to Rev, and he looks very excited, but he's trying not to look too excited in case Rev says that she doesn't want to dance. But
So yeah, you switch off with Nikita and saunter your way over to Revelation.
And I think that Rev gives a very sort of overblown dramatic bow and agrees to dance with Sin.
Meanwhile, in the background, Dayu and Kazu are arguing about who was taller growing up.
All I'm gonna say is that at some point girls shoot up and the boys don't. Boys will shoot up a year later, so at some point in time, Dayu was in fact taller. And she will, and if she loses this conversation about who's taller, she'll bring up the fact that she's older.
Is she older than him?
He is.
By how much again? I forget.
Only by a few months, but like we did their actual fucking. Yeah, out of the three that are the same age, being Aurora, Dayu, and Kazu, Kazu's the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Dayu, Aurora, Kazu. So Dayu's only like a few months, like bare 4 or 5 months older than him, but she'll just bring that up because it's funny.
He just kind of. I feel like we're in. Never mind. Sure. Yeah, you're older than me. Whatever. If that makes you happy to talk about, then talk about it, I guess. He just kind of shrugs, like, it's a fact of life? Am I supposed to be mad? I don't understand.
She just goes, little baby prince. And just will continue dancing. It's fun for her.
Yeah.
A little poking.
Yeah. You tease him and he's just like, okay, this is my life now. My girlfriend bullies me. This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you all have a lovely dance. Rev and Sin, I would like for a performance check from the two of you as well, please. I won't subject Aurora and Nikita to another roll.
Yes, save Nikki's honor.
Yeah, just because Madi's not here, I don't want to.
the natural 20 for me.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Where
Where were those nat 20s when you were in combat is my question.
Yeah, where was my nat 20 for my insight? But it's fine.
Rev is a 13, so I think that you were definitely leading this.
Yeah. So the two of you glide across the dance floor like you were made to do it. Even though Rev might not be as sure-footed as you both look incredible, and with Sin leading the way, it more than makes up for the difference in skill in the moment.
He definitely winks and says, fastest hands, fastest feet.
You hear Kazu from the other side of the room. I will beat you next time. Next time.
Can't beat me now. And I think he, like, if it's okay with you, Alyssa, like, sort of, like, spins out Rev, like, very dramatically before, like, helping her spin back in.
Yeah. God, you guys are hysterical. So you speed up, dance around, until the song ends. And as the music begins to fade from the room, and the gentle glow begins to fade, you hear the sound of stone on stone. And the relief behind the waterfall fountain begins to recede into the wall and slide down, revealing a doorway. As the music finally begins to fade.
Good to know that stress relief can solve puzzles.
And Aurora will take this opportunity to look at Sin and say, "You really are the fastest feet. I've never seen anyone pick up a dance that quick."
I think like his ears like flatten a little bit in embarrassment, even though he tries to look really cool. Um, and he's just like, well, you were showing me the right steps, so it's all thanks to you.
Hopefully you'll show me the right steps next time as we continue on.
Like I said, you can trust my lead. And he like puffs up in his he puffs up his chest and he like looks very pleased with himself.
So as you turn to look to this fountain, which is still very much standing, you realize that if you were to climb up onto the edge of this fountain, the tiers of which are perfect steps leading up to this doorway.
Ooh. I don't want to get wet. Is
We can dry you off.
Well, the
With
water.
matching.
I should have said the waterfall, when the relief on the wall began to recede, the waterfall ceased.
Okay.
But there's still water in the fountain, but it shouldn't be too hard to step up without getting wet. I'm not going to make you roll for that. That's just silly.
Oh yeah.
No, get wet.
Oh,
Splash around.
I mean, it is the last Wednesday of Pride Month, you know? Like, maybe you should.
I'm doing some toes, some wet feet kink. I can't.
Oh, ooh, no.
Where'd you bring
I'm turned off
kids?
now.
Why
Goodbye.
why are
We were
feet
talking about,
I mean,
like,
kink belongs at Pride,
What?
and I will always say that. But
I
was just joking around.
I completely agree, but also I don't want wet feet. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So you all help each other. I assume get up onto the edge of the fountain so that you can step up the tiers into the doorway. The important question here is who would like to go first? Who wants to see what's on the other side first?
Me.
Okay. Kazu will take the lead as per usual, and hop up onto the edge and help you up as well. Not that you need it, because you can just boing, get up onto the edge very easily. But ever the gentleman, your man helps you up, and will, make sure you can step up onto the next one and waits for you to go first.
No, I want the help. I go,
Oh.
oh no, it's too high.
Oh, yeah, do you want him to pick you up again? Is that what this is? Okay.
Yeah.
He will...
I remember the pit trap, and I'm like, yeah, that was kind of into that.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
too
roll...
high.
I'm gonna roll insight to see if he figures out that you want uppies. That's a 2. Plus whatever. He holds his hand out to you, and he's like, come on, I'll help you up. Do you double down? Do you double down that you want uppies?
I'm gonna give him a look. I'm gonna give him a look that says uppies.
Okay. Wyatt wants uppies.
Yeah, because Wyatt wants Dayu to get uppies because Wyatt's my
yeah,
number
he's-
one supporter.
He's
Because
cur-
I keep telling Wyatt to do the bad things you don't want Wyatt to do. See? You can
He's-
hear my encouragement.
It's because the garbage collection people are outside. It's that time of night. Inevitably. Yeah. So you give him a look and he just kind of Oh, okay. And he will whisk you up into his arms, and pick you up. He gives you uppies and sets you down, standing next to him. Do you want me to carry the rest of the way, or was this...
No, I just wanted that one.
Oh, okay. And he will help you. He will still hold your hand and help you up to the next step, but he just kind of looks over his shoulder at Sin like, what?
You need
like,
to read more
why?
romance books. You first you
I think-
dance with me, and then you get like nothing out of it. This is why I don't think you have any riz.
Sin's like Sin was like giving like Kazu like no, like you got this, buddy, like it's weird but you got this, and then he hears Tayu say that and he's just like offended for his friend.
He's just like, oh, okay. I think you kind of hurt his feelings a little bit, Dayu.
Oh no.
He helps you anyway, though, even though you're mean to him. And we'll follow you up. Who's getting... I assume Nikita will help Aurora. I want to say Aurora gets uppies, too.
Yeah, I mean, she would definitely imply with her eyes, but
She'd be like,
she has to.
you really expect me to step up? I need you
Yeah.
to, like, put me up on the thing. So the rest of you all come in. Dayu. What you see... this doorway leads to a short hallway. It's pretty dark in here. But you can see, like, it's not a long distance at all. I don't even want to give you, like, a length of the hallway, because I don't know. You very quickly reach a doorway that leads to a much, much, much bigger room. I hope this is the right song. Is this right? Nope. Sorry. That is not correct. I apologize. Yeah, this'll work, probably. I think. You emerge at the top of a similar height staircase as the fountain. And what you see in this room is... the first thing you notice is the floors. They are also a deep, like, dark color, shiny, like granite, but it's more blue than black, but it is very close to black. And inlaid into the floor are golden designs that seem to be potentially made of gold, if not plated in gold, of accurate constellations. And they are constellations that... and you would know this, Dayu. They are constellations that... actually, you know what? I shouldn't just hand this to you. Give me history. Or...
oh boy.
Or I will take history, or... let's see. I will take religion as well.
Okay, I'm gonna give you religion.
Okay.
No, I won't. 4.
What about, like, survival for a druid who is of the star circles and makes it her life work to study constellations and such?
So yeah, I'll take survival for that, but you won't get the context that these symbolize necessarily if you do survival. Survival will tell you what the constellations are. History or religion will give you the context of what those are.
Can I use
I'll
a
do
luck
religion
die to
then.
reroll it?
You can use a luck die.
I should have one more left.
Yeah, you
No,
should have
I have
one left.
2. I have 2 left. I use one, then it'll be 1.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do it again.
But you can
Play
both
anyone
roll.
religion.
21.
Rev.
And I'm not going to use D&D Beyond. I'm going to use my other digital dice.
Okay.
I'm already not happy. Yeah, no, it's always been low. I don't like using digital dice, but I have one dice roller that I trust to give me mixed results.
The constellation, I'll give you the historical context, and then depending on what Aki rolls, I'll... no, you rolled religion. You didn't roll survival.
Yeah, that was religion.
So I
yeah.
can give you the context, actually. There is the constellation of a sword. There's a constellation of a bell. And there is a constellation that is often associated with, with Nissos. And it's kind of like a... I guess the best way to describe the shape is like a coffin. Yeah, that's probably the best way to, yeah.
I got a 18.
Okay.
Reroll.
And that was that religion as well?
Religion, yeah.
Yeah, so you recognize these as well. You recognize that each of them bear significance to either Nissos or Omira.
Is the sword also related to Omira?
The sword is... so the bell and the coffin are related to Nissos and Omira. The sword, however, is more specific to... There is lore behind this. It's one of the heroes of... Oh wait, I gave you this list in, I think, session 33. Right? Books. Where did I give you the list of books? That's not correct. Ah, here it is. It is... Ah, yes. It is... I'm sorry. I'm completely wrong. It's not one of the heroes. It is from the legend of the three maidens of Loch Nimue. One of the maidens killed herself in Loch Nimue in order to destroy an evil that was infecting the lake. And the only way to stop it was to sacrifice herself in order to free the lake from the curse that was placed upon it. And that's what the sword is. I believe the sword is called... I think it's called Lightbringer. Yeah, it's Lightbringer.
And these constellations are on the floor?
Yes.
Does the floor look solid or...
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's stone.
Mm-hmm. And what does the ceiling, walls, etc. look like?
The ceiling has more constellations, but it looks like the rest of the constellations that are known in the sky, but these ones are on the floor. The other thing... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask if the constellations were maybe like spread out in a way that implies that they are like on separate paths, like forked road style.
Yeah, so I think I can give you... I don't really have an accurate... This isn't really super correct, because I didn't actually draw out the constellations. I just drew little designs on the floor, but you can see this is the entrance of where you are at. So down here, yeah, is the entrance. And all over the floor are these different constellations and other designs that kind of connect them together. And directly across from this stairwell here, the stairwell that you're standing on, is in the center of the back of the room, a massive stone dais. And on top of that is another one. And looming over this dais that seems to have like a probably what looks like a burial tomb, essentially, is looming over this is kind of like from the waist up, the figure of a woman with long hair. And she has her hands gently reaching down towards this burial. I guess it's a sarcophagus or something. It's like all made of stone. Like very clearly there is a body in this stone housing. And her hands, she looks very serene. She looks very young. And her hand, not young like a child, but like a young woman. And her hands are reaching down to this stone vessel. And it's almost as though she is soothing the stone. And Rev, based on your readings in the Hallowgate Necropolis and the books that you read, you know that this is Omira, the wife of Nissos.
Yeah, Rev is gonna go over to the statue and the sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
And does the sarcophagus have a like shiftable lid? Does it look like is it distinct pieces, I guess, or is it like a solid stone box?
So the base of it is solid. The actual coffin, sarcophagus, whatever we want to call it, we'll just stick with sarcophagus because it's kind of cool. Itself does have a lid that slides out. There is a plaque. Here lies Valdin the Revenant, architect of Hallowgate, 5th Sage. Actually, I lied. I don't think he's the 5th. Hold, please. I really should not have given them... he is... Yes, he's the 2nd Sage. Sorry.
Yeah.
5th Sage is Aegon.
You have to do all your lore by yourself. There is nothing to check. It is you only. There is no worries.
I have to look at my notes.
Yeah.
Which are in a Google Doc, but I just like looking at the notebook anyway. 2nd Sage, Lord of Southmore, first of his kind.
Wait.
Meaning.
First Revenant.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was about to be like the first tabaxi ever.
No.
I was
the first intelligent undead.
He's the first sentient undead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thank you. I I needed that clarification.
Yeah.
Because I did, in fact, I was like, so that's an awakened cat? Like.
But hold on. Is Rev just about to like just fully like open this?
Yeah.
No,
Believe
don't touch it. No. Sid is like hold on there. Hold on there, Speedy McGee. Does Rev hold on?
She will. Yeah, she'll hesitate.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God, she's gonna fail that. No, I have good wisdom, but if it's Fearless related, I roll poorly. Aw, boo. It was, let's see, a 19 on the dice, so for a whiz save, it's 19 plus 8, so 27.
Alyssa, you are allowed to fail just because.
Yeah.
You
But I
are allowed
rolled
to
so
just-
good.
That's true. But you know me. I'll just be like, fuck it, I fail
You
if
can,
I want.
yeah,
I
you
want to see what's
can, you can
interesting.
choose if I put something forward to you, you can choose to fail at any time.
No,
You have
I
that
will
right.
I will take my 27 and hesitate for now.
Okay. When he tells you to stop, you feel just the slightest urge to be like, nah, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to open this up. And then you think better of it. All these people are watching you. You're not alone. You don't know if it's trapped. And so you resist the urge. Sin, now that you are
Something-
up here, what are you doing?
I mean, he's gonna call to all the party like something's weird. We're only down 5 levels, and I think it makes sense. If it were me, I'd want symmetry. We're not far down enough. This seems wrong. Is there... I think we should search to see if there's a different thing to look at. Like, this seems... I mean, I know we had to do all that to get here, but just... I don't think we're deep enough.
I don't think we should be opening a coffin without paying proper respects in the first place.
I mean, 5 layers down would be the Pilgrim's Rest, the temple.
That's our 6th layer. 5th layer is the noble bullshit. With their stupid dogs.
Wait, I have Dregs, Musegrave, Mid-City, Sovereign Circle, which is the nobles, then Pilgrim's Rest,
Oh.
and then the Duke's Court.
But isn't it 7? That's only
Duke's
6.
Court is 2 layers.
But never mind.
There are
I
6
take it-
layers.
There's 6 layers.
But you went
And
through...
we're on the 5th one.
So you went through, just to clarify, you went through maze level. You went through the level that had all the festering.
Yep.
And you went through the night level.
Mm-hmm.
You went through the gate.
Yes.
You went through the area you were just in.
The stacks. Yes.
And now you are here.
Oh, is this new? Oh, because the stairs. Never mind. Please let me haul it all back. Rewind. Then yeah, no, Sin agrees with agrees with that. He's like, we don't know if this is trapped. We don't know what's going on here. We should take a moment to look around the room before we touch anything here.
The ballroom is technically lower than the teamwork trap room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rev sort of gestures towards the sarcophagus as if saying, yes, Sin, please check this for traps first.
Are you investigating? Or
Yeah.
perceiving?
It seems smart to listen. If you'll let me do perception, I will take perception.
Are you physically touching it while you're searching? Actually, you know
Off
what?
the top of my head, my first instinct would be that yes, Sin would be touching it to what, like, while, like, just sort of like that careful, like, looking for, like, recessors or something like that.
Yeah,
So yes.
investigation.
Okay.
Take a plus d6.
All right. Well, that's cocked. First, this unnatural 20, a paranormal 20, if you will.
Yes, a very paranormal 20. Oh. As you touch the stone, it feels a little colder than you would expect. And you don't find any traps necessarily, but you begin to feel like a sinking feeling. Kind of like your equilibrium is off a little bit. something has shifted in you. And you touch the stone and you try to ignore it and you're like, no, it's just because it's creepy in here. No big deal. And then the feeling gets to be more nagging. And you're wondering, what the fuck? What is this? And then it happens. You feel like weight has been lifted off of your shoulders as the pressure begins to even out for you as you are touching the stone and searching for traps and realizing that why would something like this be trapped? It's not, nobody's meant to find this thing. And for you, and only you, the room gets dimmer.
I think like he is like crouched near the side of the sarcophagus when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And he, you know, like he shakes his head a couple times, like while he's like searching through, like something is off, like he's adjusting and like looks like he's uncomfortable, like as he's like looking this over. And then finally, like when his like shoulders seem to relax, he snaps his head up and he's like, what's going on?
The rest of you just see Sin going through the motions. And then he stops. And he is standing still. And he is saying nothing. Sin. You feel... Is this the right song? I really need to fix all the music in here since we switched over. I'm so sorry if this is wrong. Sure, this works. The light in the room, which was a soft, lovely golden color from the braziers and the designs on the floor and the designs in the ceiling, for you, it turns green. And you look up, as if by instinct, and standing on top of the coffin is a tabaxi with piercing green eyes. He is weathered looking. His fur is faded. He has scars, but he is dressed like a druid. And he is currently staring at your friends who are all frozen for you now.
Hello.
His head slowly turns in your direction.
My name is Sinark.
I know who you are, boy. He turns fully to you, not just his head. You can see why Iris thought the two of you were similar. But his fur is pitch black. There's no spots. And where your eyes are yellow, his are green. And he also doesn't have, like, the tuft of hair at the top of his head either. It's smooth. He just looks like a black cat, basically. Not quite as strong of a jaw as you, given that you look more like a leopard. He's more streamlined. in that way. And he says, I see you like to, or have liked to, explore my Undercity. And I also see, he looks to the sword at your belt, that you have my sword.
He likes to read.
He does. Where did you find that, by the way?
Oh. One of my companions sensed him sort of sitting alone in a hidden room.
He does like to move around from time to time. But if you are already acquainted, then he won't be leaving you anytime soon.
Seems, I want to treat him to some more books, so I'm glad to that.
He kind of smirks a little bit, and you see hint of fang. And you realize that his main fangs are gold. You. Sinark.
Yes.
And he hops down. And he is not terribly much taller than you, but he is a bit taller. He's probably like, I don't know, 9 inches taller than you. That's pretty decent.
Yeah. So
but-
I'm used to that height.
Yeah. He just kind of looks you up and down for a second, not in like a flirty way, but like an appraisal kind of way. And his eyes catch on the time disc that you got from Edem. Things are moving faster than I thought. That's unexpected. And he reaches out, very pointedly looking at the necklace, and he will kind of pick up the pendant just a little bit. And he's careful not to touch you. He touches the necklace and kind of looks at the pendant. You weren't supposed to get this for another year. That's not good. And he drops it and lets it fall to your chest.
So, you know what's going on with the veil?
Of course I do. I'm the one who built it.
Thanks for the home.
You're
And there's a
welcome.
big amount of sincerity behind that.
It wasn't always quite the same as you know it today, but it certainly serves our needs. Given that things are moving more quickly than I anticipated, I have a proposition for you. And that's where we're going to take a break. So we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Everybody stretch, have a little drinky poo, have a little snack, and we will see you in 10. Bye, everybody. Hello, everybody. We are back. Okay, so where we left off was Valdin looked to you, Sinark. This image of Valdin looked to you and said that he has a proposition for you.
Yes, will it help me save the veil.
I would say so.
All right. What's the proposition?
I would like to help you. I've lived long enough, seen and done enough that I believe I can lend you my power.
Okay. What does... Is that gonna change anything about me?
Change anything about you as a person? No.
Okay.
If I grant you some of my power, you will gain new abilities.
All right. Then, yes, I accept. And what do I do in return?
Well, and he kind of looks at you like he's really looking at you for the first time. And my question for you in this moment is, do you wear anything that shows that you came from the orphanage?
Oh, definitely. Like, you know, if he moved aside to like see the new pendant, there's something older, like incredibly older, which is scrimshawed onto like a small like little boar tusk. And it has Sin's name, like oh my god, I can't remember their names right now.
Tawny, Van, and Rue? Or
No, Mirthal and
Gaudry?
Gaudre, like in like really like badly like written stuff, as well as like just the name of their home, of the orphanage. I do feel really bad, but we haven't brought them up in so long.
Yeah, we haven't talked about them in a long time, but he looks at that necklace that you have, and he looks at your face, and he looks very mortal in this moment as he looks at you and recognizes you. Do you know where you are from, boy?
My earliest memories are of the Vale. So I assume there.
He nods. I see. We have much to discuss, you and I. Strange that you come to me an orphan. I knew your parents.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
I think Sin sort of curls up, and in that moment, while Valdin looks very mortal, Sin looks very much like a child. And he's looking up at Valdin, and is just like, the Caligo Shire, I thought they've been alive But they've never, we have a lot to talk about later, I suppose.
Yes. And perhaps I can help you find out where they might be, if indeed they are alive. Interesting turn of events. They should have been here with you. But I digress. This timeline does not seem to be working the way I expected. So, my friend, if I may call you that, do you accept? And he holds out his hand to you.
Sin takes it readily and says yes.
Then that is all I need. You serve me as I serve you. And together, we might be able to stop yet another disaster from happening.
Sounds like you've seen a lot of them.
Unfortunately, it seems to be coming back around again. And I would rather not have another shattering happen. Now, I must warn you. If we do this, it will delay my awakening. I will not always be able to answer you when you need me, because giving you a part of myself will take time for me to recuperate. So don't expect this to be a magic cure. This is a bond that will grow with time, and so too will your power. And as
I
you
understand.
nod, as you do that, he says, "Good. One last thing before I go, for the time being. Do not let them open the coffin,
Okay.
or it will be very bad for your friends."
Understood.
He smiles.
Glad I stopped her earlier.
Me too.
Oh, wait. One more question before you go.
Sure.
What is the shattering?
What an interesting question. The shattering is literal. Your home was the site of that shattering. Have you ever wondered why no other city lives under a dome? Have you ever wondered why it's really always night there?
Definitely something I took for granted growing up.
If those words fail, it will shatter again. And I don't think you want to know what lies beneath.
No, I really don't. Okay.
Hopefully you won't need to find out, but we need to get to the other places of power.
Thank you.
Interesting that the Caligo Shire sent you to me first, not any of the others, but this is fine. I would actually prefer it I was always the brains of the operation, after all. Tell me something. I assume it is still true that Saito is dead.
Haven't heard from him or seen anyone in the Veil of Night.
Interesting. I would have thought he would have revived himself by now. Maybe he can't.
Is his place of power in the Veil of Night?
It is the Veil of Night.
It's been weakening, showing daylight, and sometimes maybe some things blocking his power.
There are many things trying to block his power, but that barrier is not his doing. It is our doing.
Hey.
I heard rumblings before you arrived, but I think everything got, he squints for a second, destroyed before you arrived. Festering.
Oh, what's the Knave Lord? Do you have time to answer that? What is that?
I could not tell you.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
This Knave Lord, that is a new name to me. But the festering is not new.
Right.
No doubt they seek their master. And no doubt they will do anything and destroy everything to get to him.
Okay.
Do you know who Hakanor is? That is the real question. Because if you don't know, then they're keeping more from you than they should.
I don't know who Hakanor is. Kalibashir is very big on secrets.
Probably to prevent panic or copycats. Hakanor was a god of sorts. He shakes his head. He was something else before the shattering. But he became a mad god and decided that all life, mortal, immortal, needed to end. And I said, absolutely the fuck not. So much like you and your friends, me and my friends stopped it.
Right. I really do like you, Velton.
He just kind of tilts his head a little bit. Well, sadly for you, that is all we have time for at the moment. If I keep you and your friends frozen for too much longer, it might cause some brain damage. So,
Huh?
I ask of you, keep this quiet. Keep this between us for now.
About the shattering? And Hakanor?
Well, I'm sure they would want to know how you know such things.
I can
Give-
lie when I need to.
Give it a little time. And when my power manifests, that would be a good time to explain.
Understood.
Very good. And he squeezes your hand a little bit. This is going to hurt.
Oh,
But don't worry. It's only temporary. And he stabs you. And you wake up on the floor in the burial room.
where did he stab me?
In the chest.
So
Like straight up just
gotcha.
right through the center of your chest.
Unfreeze. Sin, who is like frozen, just sort of like falls backwards. He's holding his hands over his chest suddenly, and he screams like, "Oh, what?"
We running over there now, and by we I think it's Rev and Dayu race because Dayu
Hey,
is medic.
well,
and
Rev was
is
right there
sick.
because Rev almost opened the coffin.
Oh,
so...
you're right. Well, I'm gonna run over there too because medic.
Him standing still lasted, him like standing up, not facing you guys, lasted like a couple of seconds before he crumpled to the ground.
Yeah, I think that Rev sort of pulls him away from the sarcophagus, assuming there was some sort of physical trap, and is looking for a wound or anything to explain that reaction.
Yeah, medicine check for me. I would hate to see a cat have a heart attack.
What are you rolling? You're rolling medicine? And one of you's rolling Arcana, is that what you said?
I think Rev is just looking for an actual. Is there a wound?
Nope.
Nat 20 on medicine.
I don't like that app. There's nothing wrong with him physically.
Don't worry. The previous one I only rolled decently. Like I only rolled twice. Don't worry about it. His guys start getting bad now.
Yeah, I think Sin just starts babbling. He's like, "Don't open that. Oh God, don't open that."
What happened? Are you all right? And I think that Rev will just sort of rest her hand over his chest where he is holding it and do a lesser restoration. I assume it does nothing, but it's the sort of healing thing that she can think to do.
You attempt
Since she can't
to-
see a physical wound.
You attempt to cast the spell, and it is cut off.
I can't, she'll try, like, just a light cantrip.
Like cantrip works.
Okay.
There's
Dayu. Alson is laying on the floor, and you don't see any kind of a wound. Sin, you're holding your chest.
yeah.
Blood begins to well up from where you were stabbed, even though there is no wound. And it coats your hand. And something in you, you look at your hand, and you kind of touch your face. Just instinctively.
Uh-huh.
And when you look at your hand again, it's gone. Dayu, you saw the blood too. But when he did that, it disappeared.
Did Rev see the blood or just Ayu?
I would say Rev saw it too.
Sin, can I touch your chest?
He moves his other hand off, and he's like he's shaking because he's like he got stabbed in the chest. It hurts.
If allowed, Dai is going to very gently part the fur on the chest to double check, and
No wound.
there is no wound. Yeah, and
Nope.
will then move to the palm where the blood was, just in case, double checking. Like, she's like, yeah, there's
No wound.
no wound.
Something's wrong about it. We can't touch it.
Did you see something?
I have vague memories of something, but it's gone. This is a lie, but I don't know if you guys are checking.
I don't know. My passive.
Can we check?
Would you?
I mean, he just froze. Like, Rev was going for that thing too.
It was for barely a couple of seconds. Like,
Yeah.
he was searching, he stood up, and for all
Then
you know,
crumpled
it
to the
looked like
floor.
for all you know, it looked like he might have been ready to turn around, but then he fell.
Okay.
I'm really debating if Dayu would check, and that's solely because of seeing the blood and then no wound. And also, I'm the bitch who faints after meeting a god or something. Usually. This has happened like twice. Maybe 3 times. Maybe more often than how many times I get hit with a fucking rock.
Not a god, but okay.
It's not a god, but Dayu's only ever met gods, and then they did that to her. So,
Yeah, I do think before, like, in case this changes anything, he looks at Dayu and he's like, it's a bit about, like, that nightmare that I can't remember.
you're all having too many of those. I'm gonna keep checking on you.
Yeah.
But can you stand?
And I think that's when he sort of like he squeezes Rev and Dayu's hands that are like nearby, and then like just starts to stand up.
Sorry, I forgot to change the music back to the room. Yeah, you don't feel any pain, but you do feel a sense that blood was necessary.
Like, he can't stop touching the place where he like touched his face now, and he's just like, the fur doesn't feel weird. Okay,
Doesn't feel sticky?
no, but there's
Does it still hurt here in your chest when you breathe?
no, it's gone now.
I will still keep checking in. Oh,
Yeah, we can't mess with that. Just don't touch it. I have when I was checking for traps, it felt like something was pushing down on me. Like, I felt like something was really wrong. But I thought that I was just being creeped out by the sarcophagus. And now with that, I don't feel like we should be messing with it. I don't think we should open it.
I mean, we were sent here to find the druids and find a way to help reset the wards on the veil. There's no one else down here. I don't know what other way we have forward here.
Kazu will
All
speak up.
this, and we came here, and it's for nothing.
Kazu will speak up at this point, and he says, how about we search the room? Maybe there is something we missed. But I agree. I don't think we should touch it. This is clearly not... He looks at it. There's no way this could be the source of where the word comes from. It has to be an altar of some kind. That's typically how they do it.
real quick. from
Yeah.
beforehand,
Mhm.
with the three constellations being on the floor, I asked if it implied maybe more doors or a forked path of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So you take the
Can the-
time. You take the time to look around again. There are columns in this room that kind of hold the ceiling up, which you noticed right away. But you also see kind of half circle shaped braziers in each corner. And at the base of the dais that you are standing on, near the wall where the Amira statue is emerging, there is an altar. It just wasn't easily visible from the stairs because of the angle. But you see it now that you're standing like close to it and above it. As you look around, you spot it right away.
is there anything at the altar?
There is looks like dried flowers. There is a tablet of stone, and it is broken. There's a big crack down the middle. You're not sure if this is it, but it looks like something.
Well, I was gonna do this back there because it was a full-on like coffin based sarcophagus, but same same assumption. At the altar, I think Dayu should have some like incense and things like that, traditional prayer things that she will just pull out and kind of do
Yeah.
at the altar. Most of this was to pay respects to the, at the time, sarcophagus we were trying to plunder. And now this is perhaps a sarcophagus that will plunder us. Either way, that plus actual like altar statue, whatever, to God, Dayu feels a very strong urge to to pray. So that's what she is going to be doing. Just kind of lighting some incense, letting the smoke kind of travel, placing it somewhere where she can where it can be held up.
Yeah,
in
I think
some way and praying.
I think Sin leans over and he's like, "Do we have to do magic on it to fix it? Like, is there like magic glue to fix tablet crack?"
I don't know how to. I didn't prepare mending. That's what Dayu says, and then goes back to quietly praying.
I mean, I can mend small things, but magical objects usually don't take like that. I could maybe restore the tablet, but it wouldn't restore whatever magic was on it.
I'm looking at it with, like, I guess, magical things in mind. Like, does it seem like that crack is from the stopping of the magic? Like, is there anything I can discern towards that with an Arcana check?
Yeah, roll me Arcana. Only Aurora.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use a luck die because I did
Okay.
not even roll my dice tray, and it was so bad.
Also, you all earn a luck die for indulging me and playing party dancing time in the ballroom.
Wait, what am I rolling? Arcana?
Yes.
17.
It does look like it is an aspect to the magic. This is
Like part of the
this
problem.
is this is part of the problem. Yes, it is not the problem, it is part of the problem.
This is a piece of the puzzle, but not the whole thing.
So do we have to magic it back together? Like with.
I don't think that would solve it. There's something else.
This is where you remember the phrase, Aurora. Your blood will demand it. And you remember that phrase in this moment as you think about the magical properties of this tablet and how you might be able to fix it.
Did Aurora see the blood situation, or was it only Dayu and Sin who saw it?
Were you up on the dais when this happened? If you were, then yes.
I don't think so.
Then no.
Okay. So, I think she'll just say, do you guys ever do magic with blood?
Yeah.
I think maybe I should try. Oof. And she'll take out her dagger that her dad gave her for adventuring, and make a little slice in her palm, and like maybe the first 2 times
If you go for the palm, Dai's gonna be like, "Don't cut your palm open."
yeah, the finger.
Dayu
cool.
is
She
praying.
hesitates, so you jump in before she does anything.
Every time she's been talking, it's just the ear lifts slightly, and she talks, but she's still in prayer. She feels what you're about to do, takes a smoke, fucking puts it on her, looks and goes, "Don't cut your palm open." That's gonna cause so much nerve damage.
I don't want to cut my wrist open.
No. Go for somewhere fleshier, or some people are really dramatic. Sometimes blood magic just requires a few drops, so like start small.
And she'll look at Bougie and she'll say, "Bougie, can you bite me just a little bit? Just enough so that there's blood, but not too hard."
He listens to your request, and he looks at your finger, and then he looks at you. And then, quick like lightning, nyah! Ow, it hurts.
Oof.
Rev panics because when she was bitten by Bushi, she like passed out, I think.
That was his tail.
Yeah.
So he nyah really quick, and you get like apology in your brain. But he just does it really quick, so it's not drawn out.
She snuggles him after, because he asked for it.
But the wound does well with blood, yes. Welcome, Raiders!
Hi, I'm doing blood magic. And Aurora's
Yeah,
gonna
we're doing
run
blood
her
magic, guys.
finger along the crack in the stone.
So you run your finger along where the tablet is broken, and a small trail of blood traces over the stone, and lightning begins to crackle between your fingers. Just a little bit. Just enough. It travels through the blood, and the wound on your finger begins to bleed more freely, and so you do it again. More lightning crackles along your hand, your palm, between your fingers, and into the blood that is on the tablet, spreading over the surface of the tablet until, as if like a magnet, draws the tablet together. And where blood touches blood, for the briefest moment, lights up like the blue fire of your hair. And when it is done, for this fleeting moment, the tablet is repaired. It is now one piece.
I didn't expect that to happen.
See, I told you,
muted.
only a drop.
Thanks.
That was incredible. Did you feel anything when it came together?
Did I? Did that process feel familiar to me casting magic?
This felt as natural to you as breathing. This is your right.
It didn't feel like anything. I just touched it and it came together like it was supposed to. But that's still probably only part of it, right? Like, kind of looks around for any signs of any other reactions after that happened. Like, has anything changed in our environment?
Give me a perception check, Aurora.
Ooh, gonna be perceptive? Can Bougie help me?
Yeah, he can help you.
Thank goodness.
He will also perceive. Do you want to roll for him or do you want me to?
I'll roll for him. I'll roll one for me and one for him.
Okay.
So Aurora's was surprisingly good. Wow, why did I pick her first? 19 for Aurora's.
Mm-hmm.
And do I roll with advantage for Bougie on perception? The checks that rely on sight, hearing, or smell. Is this one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
I forgot that he has
Okay.
advantage on perception, but that makes sense because he's a little dragon. A little guy.
Bougie got a nat 20.
Bougie got a nat 20?
Yeah.
Both Bougie and the mom are on point today.
So you got,
Like, that's
did you
almost
say
the
you
best
got
award.
17 and he got nat 20?
19.
Oh, you got 19. Okay.
He got what's his bonus? 23.
So you watch as Bougie's eyes kind of like look around as you say like, I wonder if anything changed, or he picks up, even if you don't say that out loud, he picks up on your intent because you're connected. And he immediately like swivels and looks, and you follow his gaze, and you see, before anybody else notices, you greedy gusses, this is for Aurora, sitting in the hands of Omira is a bell. It is semi-corporeal. You can see through it a little bit. But that was not there before.
She's just gonna point with her bloody finger and say, that's new.
I love that it's the bloody finger. It's just-
Yeah, it has like a little spark coming off it, pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that would be in the sarcophagus. I'm really glad that we didn't open it. But doesn't it look...
Yeah, I think you're thinking what I'm thinking. It looks incomplete somehow.
Yeah, it looks off.
Can items have ghosts the way that people do?
What a good question.
Oh, well.
I'm going
spirit-
over to it, so you tell me
touch-
whether or not to do it.
Just don't touch it just yet. Spirits can be bound to items. They can be bound to places too. Actually, have I ever seen or heard of an item having its own ghost or spirit or something like that? Not an individual that was then bound to it, but like its own state of being, kind of like a real fucking Asian thing for it to do, actually.
So, a little bit, yes. But it is generally specific to objects, physical objects, that seem to hold significance of some sort to the individuals. So when you either look into or are in Sombroluz, you will see echoes of graveyards, monuments, a family heirloom, things like that. Things that have a significant emotional impression, regardless of what emotion that is. Those are the kinds of things that you see echoes of in Sombroluz.
Dayu will kind of explain that basically. Not word for word, in her little weird way. But she will say, or rather she will add, usually you can feel it.
Like, touch it?
No,
Feel it?
Like you can, just being near it, you can feel what was left behind, you know, like when, have you ever walked into a place and go, wow, it's really sad? And you can just kind of feel the sadness sometimes. That's why walking through like a graveyard is really not the best time for most people. It's a collection of sadness usually.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had random magic blood, and then magic blood fixed that. Does Aurora need to touch the bell with magic blood to magic it out of ghost item?
Maybe I'll just look at it first. And gives Sin a little smile, and she'll walk over and be like, does it look like... I guess she'll just look at it and feel like, if, with the idea of, if she tried to reach out and touch it, would she actually be able to grab something?
Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom.
Yep.
What roll is that? Is it a 1 or is it a 7? It's a natural 1. I
Oh.
think that's perfect for Aurora.
You look at this thing and you're like, it's kind of see-through, but it looks like it's here. I don't really know. And you just kind of stand there in indecision for a while, like, just like fully, just dumbly, like staring at it, like full himbo mode. Like,
So I will say, like, an awkwardly long time passes of Aurora, like, being like, well, so unless someone intervenes, it's gonna be real awkward.
You
I
all
think
see
after
her
seeing-
struggling, poor thing.
Seeing Aurora hesitate, I think Rev reaches out and tries to touch the bell.
Your hand goes through it.
Now I got a question.
Yes.
Sometimes Dayu can, with a little bit of extra energy or whatever, she can let other people see spirits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You think if she... Not you think. I'm asking you. Could I do something similar along those lines in terms of being able to touch it? Because I do travel... My spirit travels in and out of these two planes frequently enough that it is alarming to the god of death. So, I wonder if... I don't know if that's a shot.
You're not sure this is the same thing when you look at this. This doesn't look like a ghost. Also, you get a luck die.
Oh, thank you. That's gay. Thank you.
That's super gay. Sin,
Yes.
you recognize this bell in your bones. And you know that it is important. You've heard about it. You've read about it. You feel like this bell. Oh,
Sorry.
Charmy's
You
light just
okay?
blew up. Are you okay?
Oh,
Yes, it just fell down. It just scared
Okay,
the
I was gonna
shit
say,
out
Oh
of
my
me.
did
God.
it just fall? Yeah, I went
Okay.
and looked at the stream just to double check.
Yeah, I just saw the flash of light and I was like, ooh. Okay.
I saw Charmy get scared, and then I got scared.
I got scared. I'm jump scared. Ghost. It's ghosts.
I get.
Um,
Okay. Bell, I feel it viscerally in my bone. I've heard about it.
you've heard about it. This is for you. This is yours to do.
I think Sin is looking at it and like sort of approaches from where the tablet is and walks up closely. And when Rev's hand goes through it, he like looks, he looks confused and has that realization that this bell is for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels a little bad about it. And he's just like, can I? Because I don't. And then he reaches out and tries to grab it himself. Because his understanding is he still doesn't have magic.
So there is
So
there is not really a handle to this thing. It doesn't look like the ones you've seen in statues. It's similar. You reach out to touch it, and your hand brushes it, and you hear the tolling of a bell. When you do, it is louder than you expected, and it echoes in the room, and a green shimmer settles over the bell, the statue, the sarcophagus, and eventually the entire room. All of the lights turn green, just like in the vision you just had. And when that happens, the bell disappears.
Oh shit, did I break it?
Aurora, with your knowledge of the arcane, your inherent knowledge of the arcane, I should say, you know that whatever he just did was the thing to do. It's not broken. This was supposed to happen.
That was good, actually.
As long as it didn't break it.
I think you solved it when we couldn't. Kind of glances at Rev. Is there something else, do you think? Like, hang on. What were the changes that had happened? The fire and... Is that it?
So the lighting in the room, in the braziers, in the markings on the floor and the ceiling, were previously glowing gold, like gold firelight, and it is now all green. The entire room is bathed in green light now.
Did we hear the bell go off, or was it just Sin?
You all heard the bell.
I mean, they said the bell is what they used to create the sentient undead, right? Did ringing it do something down here, do you think?
Looks at
Maybe
Dai.
Do I feel spirits? Do I see spirits? Spirit me up.
There are all manner of spirits in this room.
Okay.
And if you look to check the ballroom, there are spirits there too. They're everywhere.
Is it safe to say that it is loud for her now again?
Yes.
So for the entirety of this quiet ass place, I think Dayu's ears were very raised, very alert, but in a strained way, like she was always looking for. Why am I saying like she was? She was in fact always looking for the familiar, being the spirits, and now that they are back. Not only do they flap back shut, I think I don't know. If Kazu was beside her, I'm so sorry. He might be getting hit with the speed that these ears are coming back down because the volume is back to 11 out of 10. Like it's loud again for her, and she'll be like, "Oh,
Ow.
they're here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's loud again."
He looks around and he's like, yeah, whatever you did, Sin, it's a lot more, not the right term, but it's a lot more lively in here for us.
Oh. Maybe the wards were undead and we just re-undeadified them. Dead, re-revived them. I'm good at magic. I'm not.
I mean, you seem at least as good as me.
I mean, you did that green flame all the time in the Vale, and now here. It's almost like it was building up to it.
Mm-hmm. It's matching.
I do have to admit that I don't. You know what? We're still. I think we can leave.
I'm gonna look
Was
to
there anything-
Iris. You go first, Ruth.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, was there anything written on the tablet either before or after Aurora fixed it?
Oh yeah, there's writing on the tablet.
Girl, what's that say?
It looks reminiscent of Druidic, but it seems to be a dialect that you do not know. Like, it's old. It's older than what you know. But it does have writing on it.
Is it like, what's it, either like raised or in depressed? Like, if I took a scratching of it, could I like copy it?
It is carved into the stone.
Yeah. Okay, I think Aurora, nope. Rev will ask Aurora, will say like, it's an old dialect, but could I copy it down? We might find someone who could.
Can I help? Oh, well, can Dirk help?
Can they?
Would they be able to read it?
Well, I think Dirk might be able to let you read it. Like, after spending some time with him, like, I accidentally, like, shot something in my eyes when I was using Dirk earlier, and then, like, I could suddenly read a book that I wasn't able to read before that Dayu had taken off the shelf.
So Dirk can make you read it.
But yeah, I'm sure that I could have Dirk let Rev read it. And, like, he starts racing Dirk, like in his scabbard. Do you want to try? Oh, does the comprehend languages only work on me if I expend a charge? Or can I cast it on someone else?
Let's double check the spell. Let's look at the spell. Ooh, I'm so sorry, I'm tired.
Oh, range area self.
Yep, it's for you.
Gotcha.
as the wielder of the dirk. That is for you.
I think then what happens is like he raises Dirk and then like gets like the emotional feedback of like annoyance and is just like, oh, I think it's only me. But I can probably. You want me to read it?
Uh, yeah, that would be here. Let me get, and I think that Rev sort of does do the etching in her journal, and then we'll sort of pass it over to Sin.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. No problem.
All right, I expend a charge on Dirk, which means I can't use Shadow Blade at all for the rest of the day.
Yep.
And I can now comprehend languages.
Yes, you can. Okay. You touch the surface of this tablet, and you understand now the literal meaning of the words on the tablet. That is how the spell is written.
Gotcha.
It is an agreement. It is an accord between Southmore and the Vale of Night that this sanctuary must continue to stand in order to maintain the words of night. In the name of preservation of the planet, in the name of preservation of druidic culture, in the name of doing the right thing, it is decreed that from insert date here until forevermore, as long as mortals draw breath, these words must be maintained, else the ruin of all life.
I think when Sin says those words, it's like something has come over him. He touches the tablet to be able to read it, and then like slowly draws his fingers over it and just intones in that same really cool Mandy reverent tone of like what the accord is.
I think Rev is copying down the transcription on the opposite page.
Yep. But it is, you can tell with the spell that it is like a older dialect of Druidic. You think that if Rev had been able to like sit down and really study it, she could have figured it out eventually, but at a glance, like looking at it, it's like, what the fuck is this? This is like gibberish. It looks kind of familiar, but it doesn't make any sense, you know?
Trying to read the Canterbury Tales in original English.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Exactly like that. Oh my god, I was totally thinking of that too. That's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, my book table hope is that it can be sort of a key for helping in the future.
Old English, yeah, exactly. So, yes. So you copy that down, you have your etching, and as you are reading it out loud, the Dirk is obviously reading the tablet as well. And the eye in the pommel blinks once it's done, and the light goes dormant.
That was weird. Magic is so weird. And he like stands up from where he was crouching over the tablet. And he's like, maybe we can use the etching or these words to, I don't even know. Like, I guess this place, who's going to maintain this place?
Who abandoned it in the first place if the words must be maintained, but the tablet was broken?
Well,
What happened down here?
What Dayu told us about the girl. People were killed down here.
Pestering was down here. I don't think they made it past here, but they were down here. Which, by the way, I wanted to see how Iris. I wanted to check in with Iris now that there's people for her. Again.
Oh yeah, while you guys were talking, she's fully wandered away and is walking amidst the crowd. And you do see that she walks up to a couple of older tieflings and seems to be talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they could be her parents.
Dayu's just gonna be like, give y'all like a wait a minute kind of gesture. She's gonna go walk up to potential parents.
Okay.
And well, this is very normal for her, so she'll just kind of wave at them and be like, hello.
And it is at this point, while Dayu begins to walk across the room, all of you can now see the spirits. So Dayu, you walk up to these tiefling individuals, these spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And you just said hello?
Mm-hmm. Hello, excuse me.
Oh, hello. Can we help you? And then right when she's asking that question, this is the mom, Iris speaks up and she goes, this is my friend Dayu. She helped me find you. And now we're here. And they're good people. And they're not monsters. And they know Valdin.
Yes to most of those.
They kind of tilt their head at you. You know Valdin?
That's the part. We know of him.
Oh.
Do you mind if we ask some questions? We came down here for something, and then a lot of other strange things have been happening.
Sure. Feel free to ask.
Okay, besides Valdin, is there someone else like a co-head druid that we could perhaps speak to if it came to such matters?
Well,
We're not exactly sure, and we didn't get much help from upstairs about how you're all living here.
both parents kind of look over at the coffin and look back at you. When he is not awake, generally, and they turn and point to an elven woman who has tattoos scrawled down the side of her face onto her neck and below like the neckline of whatever she's wearing. They look to be druidic runes. She's got long hair, kind of disheveled, fur mantle over the shoulders, long robes that are very druidic in fashion, but have little like bits of like bones hanging from her belt, or it looks like some of the belts look like they're a little bit moldy. Some of her robes are kind of moth-eaten looking, and more rough-hewn in terms of fabric. And you imagine that this is exactly how she looked in life before she died. And my camera froze again. How weird is that? Hold on. I hate that for me. That's not helping it. Hold, please. Oh, I guess I have to... Okay, hold on a second. Oh my god, I have to do this thing. How do I reset this? Deactivate.
Now we have a player's dance party instead of a character's dance party.
Yeah, right? There we go. Okay, I think I fixed it now. Okay, I did fix it now. Sorry about that. I don't know why my camera does that. It's very weird. Anyway, when the parents kind of motion over to her, she'll walk up to you. What is it that you need? You have questions?
Yes. We were sent here by the Kaliko Shire to do things. And I'm just being really vague right now because maybe it's been many moons, but also I'm not sure how much people would know down here. You're all gone for a bit.
She looks around. I am not surprised. It is unfortunate that there are not any living souls left. She's looking around like she sees something you don't. They will be awake soon, I imagine.
Who is they? Good they, bad they?
Good. They might look bad, but they are not.
Is it the big eye?
No, it is not the Guardian. And she says, actually, it is time. Give me a moment. And she will walk over to the side of the room. It's actually the side of the room that you're on. But the side of the room with the sword constellation. And she walks to where the hilt would be and presses a button in the floor. And a panel, actually several panels on the walls, open up. And then you hear it. And you try to remind yourself when you hear this shuffling, shambling, dragging of feet sound that you've heard before when you have fought the undead. That this woman said it was good. And emerging from one of the side rooms are what look to be zombies. And they shamble through the room. And you see some of the spirits in the room begin to disappear. And more bodies emerge. Until eventually, the leader, who initiated this, disappears too. And she is the last person to walk out. You are standing amidst a variable colony of sentient undead. Even Iris.
See, this
Andy,
is
this
what
is
I
so
thought.
fucking cool.
Die just quietly mumbling yourself like, see, this is what I expected to walk into. Actually, I was wondering where y'all were at. And just kind of like, finally, something makes sense.
Well, with the words broken, we weren't able to return to these. And she kind of looks down at herself. Backups. The others were destroyed. Twice over, it seems. And she looks around.
Do you remember what did do it, or were you not connected? So
It was the festering The beast. It looks like the Guardian dispatched it, otherwise you probably wouldn't be here. It was quite large.
Do you mean the giant?
No. There was a giant? She raises a brow at you.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been new.
It was. At least for me. Now this is what, okay, above table.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, it actually has been many moons. I keep thinking that we need to get... Is the bell the actual freaking item we were supposed to get? No, that was the side quest, yeah? That was technically the side quest. Thank you. I'm mixing it up in my head.
The quest was to find out what was wrong and reinstate the connection to the veil.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It has been many
a
moons.
hot minute, and I'm mixing them all up, and I know I'm mixing
Yes.
them up.
No,
My
it's
bad.
quite,
Thank
it's
you.
quite
No
all right.
worries.
The bell was a side quest for Rev.
Side quest, yes. I just wanted to, like, quadruple check that, because I certainly am mixing them up on, not on purpose, but yeah.
Actually, I think the bell was a side quest Rev made up for herself, if I'm remembering.
Yeah.
It's not something. It's not even something
the
that.
bell.
It's not even something that I gave you. You made it up for yourself.
I mean, no, technically the
both
Lich told us
Holgate
to bring.
and
Lich.
the Lich were like,
Yes.
yeah.
The Lich said, "If you find the bell, bring it to me."
Yeah,
And
then
Hologate said, don't do it
Don't
because
do
he'll
it.
destroy it.
yeah, so it was a bum 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 bum.
Yeah, there was some politics going on there.
Okay, well, technically we were supposed to come in and fix what was wrong. I think we fixed it.
Yes,
You're supposed to-
the wards are established. Again.
I look to the group and I give us all a very cute thumbs up, like, oh, we did it.
Did we hear that conversation?
Oh yeah, you all can be present for this, yeah.
Cool,
Because
because
there's like 100 sentient undead here right now in the room.
Can I say that Sin wasn't present because I wanted to do something else?
You absolutely can do something else. What would you like to do, my dear?
Sin is gonna
Meanwhile-
look Sin is gonna try and like sneak off to like talk to like just catch like one of the furthest away like zombies and be like actually no, he's gonna look for Iris's parents because Mandy, how old did you say Iris looked?
Iris looked to be, I think I said she was like 10 or something
So
like that.
technically, by the timeline, Iris's parents would have been pregnant with Iris the same time that Sin's parents would have been pregnant with Sin. So,
Okay.
because Sin is 30, and it's been 20 years for Iris.
Yeah.
So knowing that Valdin knew his parents, Sin is gonna walk up and be like, "Hi,
Yes.
hi, my name is Sinark. I think that my parents might have been a part of this place. They were druids.
Your parents.
Yes, I unfortunately I don't know their names.
Ah. They kind of look you over like they're trying to recognize you. You don't see recognition in their faces at all. Sorry, I don't think I've ever seen anyone who bears the same markings you do or same stature. I'm sorry. You don't look familiar to me.
No worries. It's a long shot. I'm glad that you are all okay.
I hope you find them.
Yeah.
She says, ruffling Iris's hair.
And Sin nods and just sort of. That's when he steps back to the party.
Now, before you do that, I want to note that the sentient undead only came from one side of the room. there are doors on the other side of the room. Nothing came out of those. But nothing seems to be amiss. I'm just saying there are more doors now than there were before.
I think Rev will ask, is that all of you? Will Veldin not rise as well?
The leader kind of looks over to the sarcophagus, just kind of. Sometimes he takes longer. Sometimes he does not see it necessary to come back as frequently. So, at his age, it is probably best for him to rest as long as possible. So, he may very well come back soon enough. But we don't know when he decides. That is up to him.
I see.
We wouldn't be here if he wasn't, so obviously he is still... She makes kind of a face. Living, so to speak.
This is a bit of a weirder question.
Ask away. I'm sure it is not the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Do you want, when we go back up there, do you want us to let them know that you're well?
She thinks for a second. Who is in power right now?
The shitty lich is what Sin says as he returns.
So it is not the Duke, then. Interesting. Those two have been at each other's throats for decades.
You can feel it.
Yes. Feel free to let him know. And if he would like a visit, to send a letter the usual way.
Oh, can I have your name? Usually names make people more upset.
Motherfucker.
But also I didn't ask you for your name before, I'm sorry.
I didn't think of one, Aki. I've been trying to think
Here
of one
I
this whole
thought.
fucking time.
Here I thought you gave a hot they them a name. And then you didn't on Pride?
They are not
Yeah.
a they, them. She.
Oh. Sorry, we kept referring to them to her with gender neutral terms, and I was like, I'm here for it.
I don't know. Mintha. Minthe.
Oh my god, I'm Dayu. I'm sorry. I was pausing.
Dayu. Nice to meet you. If you are wanting an easy way out, points to doors on the other side of the room. That one leads to the sea. That one leads to one of the graveyards. I don't remember which one. And that one leads to... I think the court.
Dayu's gotta look at the group and be like, we could be so rude.
I'd love to be rude to them.
I mean,
What,
we were...
just leave without saying anything?
Oh no, appear in the
no,
court.
appear in the court, yes. Like, you know, like we show up.
Like, hello, we're alive, fuck you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's fine.
Yeah, that like that. You know,
Or
like, it's dramatic, And it would be really funny if they were also in the middle of like an important meeting and then we like show up. But it's also so rude. I don't know.
I would like intelligence saves from everyone.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Saves.
Uh-oh.
Did you know we all dumped our strength or int?
Kazu fails. Actually, Kazu doesn't roll. He wouldn't know this. Actually, you would though.
Bitch.
9.
14.
15.
Let me roll for Nikita.
Straight roll. Like, no bonus.
Nikita's gonna get it. Not 20, Nikita.
Yeah, let's go.
Nikita got a 15.
5.
usually good
because I
enough.
have a -1 to this save, and then I rolled low. So don't worry, that not 20 earlier
As
was
an
just a
inquisitive rogue,
balancing
I get
out.
a plus. I get a like my saving throws are actually like a thing I'm trained in, so that's the only thing. But I still got a 9.
Did anybody get more than a 15?
I got exactly a 15.
Okay, everything's fine. Everything's normal.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I was going to say before we did the roll, Rev will say, I mean, they thought that we would die down here. Why bother reporting back?
Because we have a deal to help us travel faster.
That was only
Wasn't
if
that
we got them the
for the bell?
No, that was for if we didn't
Oh, did Hallowgate
We
promise us
didn't
anything?
want it. No. Lich bitch wanted it. Hallowgate did not. Hallowgate gave us the keys and was talking real funny. And I didn't want to invoke their name out loud, but now I am. Because you're confused.
Mandy's dying.
No, I'm yawning because I'm tired.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you were laughing. I mean, we know where we have to go to travel faster. To the Magician's Tower in the place in the west of
Yep.
the. Yep, I can't remember the name right now.
Fouchus.
Fouchus. So, they're the only ones that can really help us get there fast. So, unless Hallowgate's gonna give us a bunch of horses.
I mean, Hallowgate might. It seemed very rich and persuadable.
I dislike both of them. So I'm with Rev where we can either just leave and not report in, or we can rub it in their faces that we survived and
Don't we
let
also
them know
have
that they're
to-
down here.
Don't we also have to give back the key?
Oh, yeah.
And don't you also have a book that's gonna kill you again, Rev?
If I take it out of the city, I could just leave it here.
Wait, what?
And if they thought we were going to take the key and die, presumably they don't need it back.
I don't want to invite more trouble. From
I'm
rich
simply-
people.
I
I'm
will
simply
say-
saying that showing up in their court would be inviting trouble, it feels. More than just leaving.
So then I guess we could go through the graveyard and return the
We
key.
did come in under official pretenses, however, and so for us to show up in court also under official pretenses, I think is more in line with the reason we have these papers than, just
Yeah.
showing up for no reason.
We can also just lie and say that we didn't know where we were going to come out. And still spoil their fun. Come on, Rev. It'll be a great prank.
Kazu kind of speaks up and he says, "We really should return the keys to the Duke."
You're just saying that because you like how handsome they were.
I'm not going to deny that. He's like totally deadpan, just like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's such a bad personality, though. But yes, let's.
I kind of liked it.
I kind of did too, actually. Maylin
Well,
in the background is just like, yeah, they were so hot. Would.
He's gonna reach over and get that.
Maybe if they were gagged.
Kazu was just like, would. Oh, never mind.
Wow.
You're gonna get all the inside jokes now, and that's gonna be weird. But it's gonna be kind of fun. I'm not just like laughing at myself anymore.
Anyway, regardless of what I think or how I feel, it is the right thing to do.
Who knows? They might just give us shit for it.
We might get money for it, and we need money to travel.
Speaking my language. See, Rev, great prank and money.
I also think that it won't reflect well on the Veil if we just disappear. They know about what's going on because we've spoken a little bit about it. Perhaps we should follow through.
I hear a pupper.
Yeah, my aunt's coming home.
Aw. It's okay, I got a snoring one. Probably been hearing him all night.
Oh, and we can take a bath finally.
Yes, please.
That sounds nice. Well,
Gro just says, I think that you're giving them much more respect than they gave us, but it seems I'm outvoted.
under other circumstances, I would agree with you, Rev. But given the... I hate to say it, but given the political implications of not being polite, despite that, could be bad for us. I certainly don't have enough influence to turn the tides back on that, so I think it would be best for us to proceed professionally and get the fuck out and not deal with them any more than we need to.
I changed my vote.
Why?
But like Sin is still gonna sort of like start heading towards the door that goes up to the court.
All right.
I'm not gonna be too childish about it.
And here I expected to need to convince you a little bit.
Oh, if you want to convince me, what do you have in mind?
Next time.
Sin was playing, but now he's like, what does that mean? And he's like, starts walking out that door.
I'm gonna go give Iris a hug because technically I can now.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go give her a nice big hug. And just be like, okay. So be good.
Okay.
And tell the guardian we said thank you for letting us in.
Oh, he knows.
Ominous.
She points up at the ceiling. You don't
Is it
see
there?
You don't see an eye, but she points up.
I look up and go hi. Just pat her head a little bit, and we'll let her be on her way.
Yeah, you give her a hug, but she sees Kazu on the other side of the room, and she runs over to him. Not really a run; it's more like a skip. Skips over to him, and like immediately just like throws her arms around his leg because he's tall. So she's just like, bye. And he is like, hold on now. And he has her like step back a little bit, and he'll crouch down so he can like properly give her a hug. And he pats her little head and tells her to be good, just like you did, and lets her go. And she goes scampering back to her parents. Maylin's like, she's still standing next to you, Dayu. She's walking with you the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be your husband. He's gonna be your baby daddy.
What?
Look at what
Just-
a good father he would be.
Okay. I know. What
Is she
is
just
acting
mocking
like
you?
What's gonna happen?
Fully aware that the rest of you can hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sin, I think Sin just sort of like Sin. I think Sin is near Kazu and just sort of like nudges him in the ribs, like.
She did not tell a single lie. I'm okay with this.
All right, as long as I get to be a good uncle.
Oh, definitely. Knowing her many times over. He will continue walking up the stairs.
Yo!
The man was too shocked to speak.
She's a bunny!
Yeah, but still.
But you didn't have to say it out loud in a room full of ghosts.
No, they're in the stairwell moving
Zombies.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
So it
I mean,
echoes?
kittens also have litters, so you know.
Zombies. Sentient undead. Zombies are mindless.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. They do look like zombies. They're just, not. So yeah, I think this, it's a little early, but I think this is a good place to close it out for the night. We're going to move into confessions now. Okay, we're going to start with words. We're going to start with Rev.
And once again, Dayu and her pet lord are dictating our course. This time, at least it seems that we've fulfilled our goal here and we can be done with this place and maybe done with Kazuhiko as well. We'll see how things go, returning to the court.
Moving on to Aurora.
Yesterday, I felt like the worst at magic I could ever be. And today, I feel like I was the best at magic I could ever be. This is confusing. But I can't get what the Navelord said out of my head. I felt the blood. So... is it good or is it bad? Do I do what he says or do I not? This is hard. That's wrong.
Moving on to, oh my god, I almost said Nikita. Who's not even here, Sin.
I hate. No, I love keeping secrets. It's so fun. But I don't like keeping them from the people who need to know. But it's just for a little while. It's just for a little while. So, I just have to be patient. And, wait. And you see, the thing is, right? If you let someone know, hey, I'm not going to have all the answers. That's great. It tells you straightforward that, hey, I'm not a crutch. Fantastic. But it feels like everyone talks about religion, that like everything has all the answers. But no, it's a lie. It's always. He knows my parents. What does that mean? Where are they? And why didn't they ever come back for me? That's it.
On to Dayu. You're muted.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking about what to say. So, thank all the gods that the noise is back. I like the quiet. I liked it for a little bit, and then it got way too quiet for me. I like it sometimes. I like it in portions. I would like to be quiet for maybe 5 hours a day, but no more than that. Because when it's more than that, I start getting so bitey. But I can't tell if that was more of me or if that was more of you. It could have been a bit of both. It's usually a bit of both. You get angry enough for the both of us. I didn't think I would miss the noise though. That's the unique part, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's next. That's a lie. I do know what's next. Why are you being so fucking quiet? Oh my god. And Dayu, that's it.
Are you talking to Maylin while you do this?
I'm talking to someone. I'm okay with it being Maylin. I'm okay with it being many other things. Dayu travels with minimum 3 spirits all the time. It could be all of them, and they're forced to listen.
Yeah. You just hear Maylin in the background. I'm right here. Oh my god. I'm not the bitey one, okay? It's not me.
You're sometimes the bitey one.
You're the bitey one.
No,
You've always been the bitey one.
How can I bite?
You're older.
Alright. I'll take it.
And with that, thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you, chat. I really appreciate you guys. We are very, very likely playing next week. That is the plan. Yes, and thank you for that. I was just about to do that. If you type in !MRI in chat, there is currently a fundraising goal on Ko-fi for friend of the channel, Lonzo Gonzo, who is raising money to help with his kids' medical expenses, who needs MRI and a variety of other procedures. And we are trying to help raise money to increase that goal there. It looks like technically the fundraiser portion is over, but you are still able to donate directly through Ko-fi if you want to do that. You can definitely do that if you can spare, a couple bucks or something to help them out, family in need. So please consider doing that. We really appreciate you guys. And yeah, we will see you all on this channel for this game next week. As for other things coming down the pipeline, this Friday on Winter's Tales, shout out Winter's Tales. On Winter's Tales, I believe it is is it 8 p.m. my Eastern time? Hold on, let me double check. Time zones, when you're working with Australians, are really difficult, so please bear with me just a second. But Flashback Friday will be airing at 8 a.m. EDT on Friday, so it's a morning show. And it will have open another window. What do you mean? It will have, it'll be the, oh my god, that tripped me up. Stop tagging me while I'm talking, please, for the love of God. 8 a.m. EDT Fridays. It is Flashback Friday. It is going to be a super cut of all the scenes that didn't make it into Chapter 4 of Castleton. So Castleton is a ongoing project with over 150 TTRPG content creators where we are doing a Battle Royale Hunger Games Bridgerton mashup of homebrew setting. And my character she's just a sweet baby angel who is a romanceable character trying to find her prince, little royal girly pop. And you're going to see a lot of her in this week's Flashback Friday, so please tune in. Tuesday, you will see me over on the Magi RPG channel for the next episode of Rise of the Conduit. We are in our final season of that. And then, what else? Then we're back here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Announcements for new shows coming soon, TM. On Magi and also, other things as well. So yeah, cool. Thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna go now. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.